Got a little song going around in my head. I do stuff like that. Welcome back, RiverTalk 2.0.
Keep it in your head, will you?
Huh?
No,
You're a
I'm
fine one to
sorry,
talk. Put something on your head.
Oh, yeah, I got to get ready for the show.
You got this little plantation hat. This is the segment that only 3 or 4 of us have really been looking forward to today. How to speak Southern.
Our guest here needs some water. Oh, he's got
He's got it already, yeah. We took care of that.
We're ready to roll.
Yeah.
Well, it's time to learn how to speak Southern, ladies and gentlemen, especially you people from up north, the great white north. We usually call you Yankees, but we ain't going to do that today. We're just going to call you...
Well, some of us aren't.
We're going to call you darn Yankees. That's what we do here. Anyway, our word for today, if you'd like to write this down, grab your Crayolas. It is MASH. M-A-S-H.
Oh, now this is a good one here.
Yeah, mosh.
Yeah.
Mosh or mash, whichever you want to say. That is to press, as in the ease of an elevator button. You want me to mash your floor for you, ma'am?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And plus down here, of course, we also consider mash something mighty nice to drink. Yeah, but we won't get into that.
Okay,
No,
yeah.
Outside of the ballroom.
Yeah, corn.
Corn mash.
It's kind of a variation on corn.
You got my drift.
Yeah.
I've learned my bit for today.
Yeah.
You
Somewhere
go.
between creamy style corn and
Let's see.
ethanol.
Ethanol.
Somewhere in between there. Well, let's talk banking.
Let's do it.
Hey, Bryan Lenertz.
Hey, good morning. How you doing
Good to
today?
see you.
Yeah.
You can tell by that green shirt that he's with Anderson Brothers Bank.
That's right. We need to do an investment. So let's talk about this here. I need to borrow some money.
Yeah.
Well,
You
you-
yesterday. It was all free.
It was all free yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday.
Wow. Well, with interest rates, it's close to being free.
It
I
is.
scratch my head with that interest rate stuff. Just on the other side of the Horry County line, in Mullins, that's where the bank got started.
Yes, sir. 1933, in the back of a tobacco warehouse.
33, the economy was shaky in the 30s.
Yep, and that's how it started. The farmers over there needed a place to borrow money, needed to be able to borrow money during the recession then, and the Andersons opened it in the back of a tobacco warehouse to help the farmers go, and it's taken off from there.
You know, I grew up in a time when tobacco was king. I don't know if where you grew up in West Virginia, if it had that same impact, but
Well, to somebody that smoked maybe
Yeah.
or chewed chaw,
right.
you know. But,
the
yeah.
crops came in.
But
That-
down
that
here,
was just a
that's
way of life. I mean,
Right.
with the tobacco markets, and Mullins was a huge tobacco market, so it was just a natural fit. But the times have changed. But that Anderson Brothers philosophy of how they started rings true.
Yeah, it's great. It's truly a place you know. I go to work every day. I call it work, but it's part of my routine. It doesn't feel like work, and it's because they let us treat people like humans, and it's not you're not put in a box. It's not the big bank thing. It's we encourage the customer service, so it's
Right.
truly enjoyable to be able to go to work every day and help people.
You know, during the 90s, there were a lot of startup banks.
Yeah.
I mean, South Carolina had to be leading the nation in startup banks, and
Yep.
they got bought out. And community banking would be here one day, but then somebody would come in and swallow up somebody. Anderson Brothers has always maintained that community banking, and that's important
Yep.
for a community. Whether you bank there or not, it's always important to have a community bank.
Yes, sir. It's the we have I believe it's third or fourth generation Anderson's leading the bank now. No change in sight coming. I think that's what it's able to us to be and feel different. If you walk into our bank versus you walk into another bank, you're just gonna have a different feel.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah,
it starts,
definitely
it's-
now.
Yeah, it starts at the top, and
Right.
it's just it's enjoyable.
Well, you when they come in the bank, you probably know a lot of your customers' names. How you doing, Matilda? That kind of thing. These big conglomerates
Yep.
could care less.
Yeah, we actually encourage our people. If you remember the show Cheers, and they yelled Norm when Norm walked in, we actually encourage our people to make sure you greet the people the minute they walk in the door, say their name. It's about them. So I mean, we fully encourage that. It's fun.
You guys have really come up with some really neat construction with some banks. I love the look of the one down at Market Common, but a
Thank you.
little closer to my house.
Yeah.
I think you're hanging out over there off of Grissom.
Yep. One of the things Mr. Anderson challenged me with when I started with the bank 8 years ago was to get us into the Myrtle Beach area a little bit more, where we had just been sort of the Conway, Aner, Loris, Longs, North Myrtle Beach. And so going into Myrtle Beach, we want to do something a little bit different to be noticed. And so when we built Market Common, and now we built one on Grissom Parkway just past 38th Avenue North, We did a little bit more glass. It's a different look for Anderson Brothers, but the point was just not to be another bank. And the inside is designed, not only the outside being designed different, the inside is designed different too, where it is customer oriented. It's not your typical teller line. They're actually teller pods. So when you walk in the door, we're coming to greet you out the door. It's not just a transaction.
Yeah.
We want you to go get coffee and water while we're doing your transaction for you, and make it a relationship and an experience instead of just a transaction.
Because you're a community bank, does it make it easier for regular Joe like me to walk in there? Because I mean, we're dictated.
Yeah.
My industry is dictated by federal regulation. Obviously, the banking a lot more so than my business.
Yep.
But you able to have what would be a little wiggle room that would?
Yeah, that's one of the enjoyable things is being able to apply some common sense and have wiggle room. And one of the things Mr. Anderson prides himself on and pushes it down to us is people go through bad times or hiccups or medical issues that happen, and sometimes we can help somebody that might be down on their luck, and we have the ability to do that more so than some other banks are able to do that, where their hands are tied if they're bigger or.
Oh yeah. They can answer to the guy up in New York City or
yes, sir.
Dallas, Texas. That's right.
Those people up there that don't know the word MASH.
That's it.
They think it's a TV show, which is a good TV show.
I've heard of MASH. Yeah. Watched on TV the other night. Great show there.
Yeah.
So.
Products that are out there now.
We offer all the same services.
Is the Christmas Club still around?
Remember
those?
It's not so much.
I know you do.
Oh yeah.
It's not so much.
Yeah, you remember when there was only 6 reindeer. That's how old you are.
That's right. I remember Santa's beard was only this big.
Yeah, the Christmas Club's around in a different form now. It's got a different name, but it is still available. But just in terms of products and services, we have exactly the same stuff as a quote big bank, whether it's mortgage, financial investments, 401k, used car loans, new car loans. You want to build a new business for yourself. We have all the same bells and whistles, but what you get is you can walk in the door and deal somebody face to face. You can get an answer as faster than any other bank around. We tell our people, speed and customer service is what it is, and so be happy to help you with anything. If we don't know an answer, we're going to get you an answer, but you can deal with a face and not a telephone call or somebody in a branch that can't make a decision and has to call Charlotte or somewhere else. Local decisions.
Well, we know you don't want to buy off your clients, but when are they going to bring back the toasters and stuff? I miss that.
You miss that?
The old Coastal Federal days where you got luggage and toasters and all that.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Funny
it's
stuff.
nice you to come in and got free toasters today if you open an account.
I can honestly say I opened an account or two just to get a piece of luggage or something.
That's
it worked.
right.
It worked.
A piece of luggage.
Yeah.
I was never enticed for that.
Yeah. See,
Not at
banks
all.
started
That was
that
the young
before
days
a
when I had
timeshare.
no money and had to do
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. I wish the banks would do that again. That was neat, man.
That was. Yep.
Wonder what they're gonna give away this
Well,
week.
would you explain here for me, because I think I know, the basic difference between a money market account and just your plain checking account? I mean, help me out there.
I will. There's a lot of people that really don't know that. The checking account is just you put your money in and it's there and you use it.
I know what that one is.
Money, the money market account, you put your money in there, you can earn some interest on it, but you're only allowed 6 transactions per month. Like, so you can take money out 3 times or put money in 3 times.
Oh, okay.
So there's a limit on how many times. You can't use as much as checking account where you could use as much as you want.
Oh, sure. Okay. I get you. I get you.
And money market is sort of it's the level between a regular checking account and a CD. CD might give you a little bit higher interest rate. Money market's gonna be a little bit less, and your checking account's nothing.
Snapshot in time.
Yep.
CDs. We're under 3.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
And the Fed's talking right now about lowering interest rates, which means the CD rates you did see recently go up in the last year or two are probably going to creep back down now. It's all tied. That part is usually tied to what the Fed's doing. So if we are, they're talking the recession word in the news, and as part of that, the Fed's looking at lowering rates again because they raised it too fast, in my opinion.
Yeah, a lot of people's opinion, too.
So sort of choking out the economy.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to throw a word at you that they don't say a lot in West Virginia. Quantitative easing. That's funky
That's a big
right
word,
there.
But I couldn't even spell that.
Yeah, it's funky.
That's a big word.
But when all these, that changes the dynamics of a day-to-day operation, especially for a small community bank, because...
Yeah. The part, and one of the people I feel worse for with all that is retirees that might have been saying, hey, I was, their normal was 5, 6, 7% CD rates.
Sure.
And now they're getting 1.5 or 2.2, and it's really affecting their, quality of life and their retirement or things they had planned for. Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
But and so what they have to do is sometimes take a little bit extra risk and go see. You know, we've got financial planners, and they can put them in a product with the opportunity to make some more money. It's not as safe as just your CD in the bank earning rate. So it's a tricky situation. I feel bad for your retirees right now.
Yeah. So moving forward, I know that people call up sometimes and they want a sponsorship for this and a sponsorship for that, but you guys have a pretty good record of going out and doing things in the community.
We do, and especially at Christmas time, every branch goes out as a team and adopts a project, whether it's the one I'm with, we work with Fostering Hope a lot at Christmas.
Okay.
Others go to food banks, go to battered shelters, and so we fully encourage that and expect our teams to go do that as a team, as a branch into the community. And then we expect each branch, once or twice throughout the year to go out and be part of something, philanthropy oriented, just to, we're a community bank. I expect everybody in the county to be part of something locally where they are, a local ball team, a local women's shelter, a food bank. So just to, you can't just talk the talk, you have to walk the walk.
Right, exactly.
Well, we've got folks younger than me in here, a lot younger than me in here. Mobile banking, online banking.
Yep, we've got it all. We've got a fantastic mobile app. You can pay people on it, P2P. You can, deposit your check, taking a picture of it. Bells and Whistles, our IT department does a fantastic job keeping us on the same level as anybody else out there. Yeah.
So I can take a picture of the check. I don't have to go stand in line anymore.
Yep, take a picture. It goes in your account, and you keep on rolling.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah, my daughter's been doing. I didn't even know nothing about it. She was there taking pictures of checks. I said, "What are you doing?"
I took a picture of my mother-in-law the other day, and I still don't know what to do with that.
Trying to cash that.
Did it bounce?
I'd rather not comment on that. Rather not comment on that, Dick. You set me up there.
That's interesting, though. Right now, you have to have the technical part that we're talking about, just so for the younger generation.
Sure.
The older generation more so likes the face-to-face, and so you got to blend both sides.
I do a little bit of both.
Yeah.
A little bit of both. But I know the advantages of getting an extra couple of days by writing a check.
Mm-hmm.
Still
Oh, yeah,
magical.
man. We
Still magical.
talked about that last
Yeah, I know,
week.
right? It's the greatest thing. Write that check. Get yourself an extra couple of days. It makes a difference sometimes,
it does.
man. It
Especially
does.
if you don't have money in there.
Yeah.
It's great.
Deke.
You accidentally posted it?
Yeah. It's an
Accidental.
accident.
It was an accident. Man, it's been a pleasure seeing you. I know you're really plugged into the community. We crossed paths. You got a kid over there at Christian Academy.
Yep, really enjoy the Christian Academy. Good seeing you there. I think our kids are both in 9th grade. Yours is
Yeah.
9th, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah, we really enjoy it. The school does a great job. The atmosphere is great there. So
Plug right into the community. Where'd you grow up, buddy?
I grew up in Virginia, real rural area, about an hour west of Richmond, and but I've been down here about 18 years now.
Good deal. I got family up in Midlothian.
Okay, yeah, about an hour down 60 from Midlothian.
Yeah, good stuff. Good seeing you, Bryan.
Yep, you too.
As
Thanks a
always, I
lot.
appreciate
Appreciate
you.
it,
Right, big
gentlemen.
And the
pleasure,
great Anderson brothers, man. It's a wonderful story. If nothing else, I love like biographies and the history of companies. Just go to their website. It tells a wonderful story because the world was a different place in 1933 for sure. Hey, speaking of different places we can go, check out this video from the Oaks. We'll be right back.